What is going on, everyone? It's Chance the Riser, and before we start this video, I do want to say this is not a sponsored video. No one's paying me to make this. I'm purely making this out of conversation. I just want to talk about it and say my opinions about it and just look at the 2021 Mustang Mach E. I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't know all the facts about it, so we're going to read. So first off, I want to talk about how it looks. I don't hate it. I think it actually looks fairly decent, especially if we compare it to the Teslas. I think the closest competitor is probably going to be the Model 3. Like, that's just kind of ugly. But when we switch back over to the new Mustang, it's actually pretty good looking. I like it, personally. Do I like it more than the original Mustang? No, not at all. But for what they're doing, it actually looks pretty cool. So we're gonna be looking at the GT and checking out the stats on that. We're not really gonna pay attention to any of the other ones because they don't really matter to me at all. So here we go. Estimated 235 miles. 0 to 60 with all-wheel drive in 3 seconds. That is very good. Okay. And it comes with all these options. We're not going to talk about them. I don't really care. I'm not here to like show y'all why you need to buy a Mustang Mach E. I'm here talking about it from an enthusiast perspective of what have they done. Does it look bad? No, it doesn't look terrible. I actually really like it. It looks kind of cool, actually. Would I buy one? Probably not. Just for the simple fact that I like sports cars, and I don't classify this as a sports car. It's an SUV. It's fast, and it looks really cool, but at the same time, it's an SUV, and it's electric. I just couldn't picture myself buying an electric car. I like, stepping on the throttle and hearing, I don't want to hear. That's just not me. And I'm sure most people who saw this agree with me. So one of the big talking points about this new Mustang is that it shouldn't have been called a Mustang. And I completely agree. If they would have called it anything besides a Mustang, I'm sure people would like the car more. Because it's not a Mustang. The Mustang has been out for over 50 years now, and it's always been a two-door coupe that's a pony car, a muscle car. And now they're making this SUV that's really fast and looks really good. But it's an SUV, it's electric, it's not a Mustang. Why they named it a Mustang? Probably for the attention. Because if they named it anything else, they just would have been like, oh, it's another electric car. Everyone's making electric cars now. Ford's just making their own. But since they called it the Mustang, it has everyone talking about it. Oh, look, they made a Mustang that's electric and a SUV. Most people are talking negative about it, but it's still getting people to talk about it, just like I am right now on the video. And all of y'all are watching it because you're interested. You're either interested or displeased about the Mustang. What I think they should have done, and I am not a businessman, I don't own my own company, but this is what I would have done looking from the outside in. I would have called it the Ford Focus E, or whatever. Ford Focus something. It should have had the Ford Focus name. They should have made it look more like a Ford Focus and gone with that. Because the Ford Focus has a hatchback and a sedan. no one really cares about the Ford Focus. I mean, some people do, like the Ford Focus RS and all those have followings, and I think it's a really amazing car, but they don't even make them anymore. So if they would have brought back the Ford Focus as this electric SUV or hatchback, I think it would have been perceived a lot better. I'm not saying just Ford Focus, I'm just saying that's what I personally would have named it, because the Ford Focus isn't a thing anymore and you already had that following for the Ford Focus. So it still would have gotten people talking, and some people would have been displeased because they would have been like, ew, an electric Ford Focus, just like people are about them calling it a Mustang. But it wouldn't have hit as hard to home if they would have called it the Focus over the Mustang. The Ford Focus is not an iconic American car. It is a very cool American car that has a following, but it's not iconic. They took an iconic name and plastered it onto this electric SUV for clout. That's all they did. They were like, this is gonna get people talking. This is gonna get YouTube videos being made about it, media talking about it. Like, it was just a big publicity stunt. And I don't dislike the car. That's the thing. I like the car. I wouldn't buy one personally, just because, you know, I don't like electric cars and I don't like SUVs because I don't have any kids and I don't care about the environment. No, I'm just kidding. But I do like hearing my engine and my exhaust. Oh my goodness. I got a cramp in my foot, so he started licking me. But I want to put this in another perspective. So I'm 21. I don't have any kids. I don't have any responsibilities besides, you know, work and bills. So for me, owning a normal Mustang is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as I can afford it and I don't hit any crowds with it, it's all good. But I could see another possibility other than just a publicity stunt of why they would make this. They could have thought, and this is actually really smart. There are people that have kids and they travel a lot, and having an electric car that's an SUV is very good for them because they don't have to spend a lot of money on gas and they have enough room for all their kids and groceries and, you know, taking the kids to soccer practice and picking them up and going on vacations with all their luggage and everything. So there are people that do live that life that love Mustangs, but they just can't have one because of the simple fact that you can really only fit 2 people in it. I mean, you can fit 5 people in it, but let's be honest, we never use the back seats in our Mustangs, ever. I use it for like extra clothes, and I think I'm gonna put like a giant sub in my back seat, so no one's ever gonna sit back there. But with this, somebody that has kids and has responsibilities and needs a bigger car and doesn't want to spend a lot of money on gas, but at the same time is very passionate about cars and loves Mustangs especially, this is the car for them. This is the car that they can get and say they have a Mustang. Yeah, it's not the big grumbly 5.0 that makes, you know, gunshot sounds when you're driving down the street, but if you get the GT, it does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, and you can take your kids to soccer practice in it. That's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. They might have put a lot of thought into it and made it for the enthusiast that wants a Mustang but can't, or they might have just done it for the simple fact that people are going to talk about it. It's going to get a lot of clout and spread all over the place, and everyone's going to be talking about the electric Mustang SUV, and they're going to, you know, get more sales because of it. I really don't know. I don't work at Ford, but I do know that In my personal opinion, I think they should have called it something different. I want to hear what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this new electric Mustang SUV. If it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea, if it's gonna ruin Mustangs, just let me know down below. My overall opinion though, I like the way the car looks. I think it's gonna be cool, it's fast, it looks luxurious, but at the end of the day, I don't think they should have called it a Mustang. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. 2021 Ford Mustang Mach E. I want the most expensive one. Reserve now.
The first edition comes in grabber blue.
I don't f***ing care. I want the GT. Extended range, all-wheel drive. Fuck yeah. White.
Do red.
No. That's disgusting. Whatever.